Shalom, brothers. Today I would like to talk about Journey to the West, a book I've only begun reading from a religion and culture I don't know enough about. So I'm in no way an expert on this matter. But I was reading about the aforementioned Monkey King, Sun-Wukong, and he wakes up without parents. He was made of stone, and he wakes up on his flower fruit mountain, and he becomes king of the monkeys. And they live in like an Edenic paradise. But then once, the Monkey King has everything he needs and wants, he then realizes it's not enough. So he says goodbye to all his friends. He journeys to the all the different continents in the Buddhist worldview, because Buddhism has different spiritual continents, and he eventually is taught by the Buddha himself, and then he gets magical powers because he attained enlightenment. He comes back after 20 years to deliver the magical knowledge to his people, where, while he was gone, a monster took the throne, and he defeats the monster by chewing off his hair and then spitting out his hair, and when he does that, the hairs turn into like monkeys, right? So we kind of see how he is the king, and from him proceeds the people, right? Anyways, it's been a very enjoyable and fun book. I've enjoyed it much more than the Chinese philosophy I've read, which I didn't really find all that interesting, but this has been a great book so far. There's something I find really entertaining, is that as far as I've read, the Chinese are the only people who put paperwork and bureaucracy and files in their national epic. Like, it's pretty funny. Like, Monkey King goes to the sea dragon emperors of the various oceans, and what ends up happening is they say that, after he keeps demanding for a heavier and heavier weapon, the sea dragon calls his brothers, the sea dragon kings of the other oceans. They get together, and one of the dragons is like, "Can we just kill this guy already?" And then the other goes, "No, let's not do that. We'll just wait, and we'll send a complaint letter to heaven, and then heaven will punish him for us." So then Monkey King returns. He unites all the monkey tribes because he got a really cool weapon from the sea dragons. Then he has a party with all his vassals, and then he takes a nap under a tree, and he wakes up and two guys are dragging him into hell, and he fights to get loose. He wakes up and there's like a sign over the city that says like, "Welcome to the region of darkness." So he fights his way out. He meets all the princes of hell. He's like, "Why am I here?" And I'm paraphrasing and shortening, but they're like, "Oh yeah, according to our paperwork, you're like the 1300th soul that we need." And then he like basically demands to find an eraser. It's a really great story. It's very deep. It's beautifully written. I'm reading an abridgment. Though the abridgment was translated by an actual Chinese person, so that's been really great. But it is. It's been really great. And I'd like to just say, I think that Sun-Wukong, even though it's kind of silly and very anthropomorphized, is a really good embodiment of what it means to be a king. That a king is the avatar and representative of his people. That the king understands that there is a greater knowledge that needs to be brought back to the people he cares about. And so he goes on a journey of self-discovery, not self-discovery for his own sake, like we've talked about on this channel before with Achilles, where he wants self-actualization for the sake of his own self and godhood, but rather so he can, serve those who he loves. And the people are an extension of him, and he is a representative of the people. And this is what we need, right? Even if it's told in its silly, fun, and anthropomorphized version, this sort of motif is what we need to understand. We need a philosopher king. We need someone who is given power because they are virtuous, seeks after virtue, seeks after power not for his own sake, but rather to redistribute power to the people whom he has given authority over. God made you smart so you can help the ignorant. He made you strong to help the weak. He made you wealthy to help the poor.